Hi everyone, this is John Stefano. I run a YouTube channel, You Do It. You can see that's my logo on my shirt. So I'm a content creator. Now, have you heard the term content creator? So what that means is we create content. We publish content on various platforms. It doesn't have to be YouTube, it can be Twitch, it can be Twitter, Facebook. The whole point of creating content is to create something that some viewer, at least one viewer, will like. If you can reach one viewer, that's the important thing. I'm also a side hustler. You can see there, that's the points up there. I'm a side hustler. What's a side hustler mean? Side hustler means you're employed, but then you do things on the side. You have a little side business. You try to bring in extra money. So part of the things that I do is I'm a software consultant. So if somebody needs to write an app for an iPad, they need to write an app for a cell phone, they want a little application that manages a database, I can do that for them. I can also coach them through the ways to develop software, because I'm a software engineer. So a little bit of my background as to why I'm able to do that. I graduated Drexel University, which is a university in Philadelphia, and I went for electrical engineering. But I've always done software my entire life. I started in 1981 with an Atari 800 XL. Anybody remember Atari? So Atari 800 XL was my first computer that I owned, but I was trained on the TRS-80. I was trained on the Commodore, started with a P or something. It was a little, I forget the name of the computer. But I was learning BASIC. So BASIC was like my first language, but then I started learning assembly. And I continued that was my passion. And going to Drexel for electrical engineering allowed me to excel in that program because I understood how to program. So then I specialized in robotics. And it's natural for me to see anything that's robotic related, I'm immediately, oh man, I need to do that. So I love talking robotics. Now I started working at Siemens right out of Drexel. And I was employed there in their R&D department as a software engineer. So my skills in software engineering have improved over the years, and now I'm doing .NET development. I built my own CNC machine about 11 years ago because that and robotics, it's really the same thing. Now I wish I got into 3D printing when 3D printing was first introduced. And I'm like, I don't know, I'll get back to that. I really wish I did. I started that a year ago. So I ordered my Prusa printer, had that delivered in April, and from that point on, I've just been totally involved with the community. So I am a maker. Everybody here understands what a maker is, right? So as a maker, that means I make things. I create things. Now making, to me, means that I will use any technology available to me to create something. So originally I was doing woodworking, painting, I'm an artist. I don't do carving, but I do use CNC that I built to do carving for me. So I can draw fine on a computer, I'm just not good with actual carving instruments. So I would rather use the CNC machine with a V-bit to do the carving for me. So in my weaknesses, I instead direct towards my strengths to do what other people can do amazingly with their hands. So being a woodworker enables me to build many different things. And that table right there is one of the things that I created that I'm most proud of to this day. This is a coffee table that was commissioned for a company that's local to us. They're a film production company. And they knew that I made stuff. They saw some signs that I made, electronic signs, and they were launching a TV show. And in the TV show, they wanted a futuristic coffee table. And that was going to be the focal point of the entire segment where it's a kids show, so you have kids at the table. If you remember the Microsoft Surface, when it first was conceived, they had this big tablet, and you would be able to interact with it as a coffee table. That was the concept. And through Adobe After Effects, they introduced some special effects on it that would allow them to flick their finger up to the wall. And I saw some of the previews of that, and I'm tickled. I can't say much more than that. I can't say what the name of the program is or anything. It'll be released probably within this year, early next year. But I have a video series that I'm going to release on the building of this on my channel. And it's probably going to be an 8-part to 10-part series, because it took me about 160 hours to build over the course of my Christmas break. So what events have I partook in? And the reason why events are important is because it allows you to engage with the community. So Nick Angers here was one of the people who graciously accepted me into the F3D PCH, which is the booth that's right next to mine here, which is the Friday nights 3D printing community hangout. And every other Friday we talk about 3D printing. We live stream about that. And through his acceptance, I was able to become a panelist, and I really haven't missed a session yet since we met at that night at New York Maker Fair in September. I attended MRF, and the reason why I attended MRF is because it's a special event where all of us who became friends can meet. So yeah, I mean, it's great we talk about 3D printing, but really it's an event for us to meet and chat and talk about the next level projects that we're working on, and hey, how's the family, what's your next thing going on. Now, I also help out with STEM. So I started a robotics program together with my wife at the local elementary school, where on a Friday afternoon, they would, instead of teaching science class, they would work on robotics. That was actually part of the curriculum. So they would teach Monday through Thursday would be the regular science, and then they would dedicate 1 period, 2 periods at a time for a class for learning robotics. And that was really beneficial to the kids. And now I'm here at Earth, and everybody knows what Earth is, so we'll be here next year also. And here I got to meet a lot of people, talk to everybody here, so I really appreciate that you're here talking to us. Now, as a YouTuber, this enables me to take knowledge that I have and share it with the community. But the thing that I really like is the knowledge that I have and I share, other community members get to chime in, and they get to tune my ideas. So things that I come up with, they're not the ultimate answer. Other people, you might consider them trolls, but I look at it in a different way. They're coming at it from a different angle where they have an ability to help you. So you have to be empathetic towards that. And that's the approach that I take with everybody on the platform. Trying to work with people, get the idea out there that inspires somebody else. And that's what the Rep Rap is. If you look at East Coast Rep Rap, you look at Midwest Rep Rap, you look at the Rep Rap itself, it was all derived from somebody's idea that you have this printer that is now open source that other people can then build from and create their own. And look at what is been created. Look at all the, over here, Budman Industries, they got furniture now that's being 3D printed. You have Enable over here, where they're creating hands for those who don't have any, and they're actually able to pick up things now with their prosthetics. It's just an amazing technology, and I'm really happy to be part of it. And you see animal life, how they're printing beaks for eagles, or they're printing legs for cats and dogs who have lost them. So as a YouTuber, I've learned a lot of things. My first year was really slow growth. I was putting content out there, maybe reached a couple people. I'll tell you, the first 100 subscribers was really tough. I was begging my mom, please create a Gmail account, please. I want you to subscribe. And so that got me to 2 subscribers. And so just up from there. Now to the point where I have 6,500 subscribers. I'm at 7 million minutes watch time, and I'm almost at 2 million views. I'm really happy with my performance. I appreciate everybody who subscribed to the channel, everybody who interacts with me daily. It's really great, and it really motivates me to do more. And what I'm trying to say to you is that you can do the same thing. If you have an idea, you do something, whether you think it's special or not. If you replace the oil filter in your car, if you print this special thing on the printer, you may not think it's special. Somebody else might. Somebody will find a video. That leads into the next topic. When you release a video, there's certain things you have to do to make that video become discovered. You have to title the video properly. You have to put the correct description in. You have to make sure you do closed captioning. You can do it from your voiceover. You have to make sure you have good SEO. Anybody familiar with SEO is the term? So it's search engine optimization. These are all things that allow somebody on YouTube to discover your content. So for me, one of my biggest videos that really helped me realize that I'm onto something here was I made a video of installing crown molding in my son's music studio, and I left a gap of about 3 inches from the top of the ceiling, and I placed LEDs around that crown molding. And I had a thumbnail that my son helped me make, where it was like this blue, purplish hue, and that was the thumbnail. From that thumbnail, you have to imagine when you click on something for crown molding, and you see crown molding, but then you see this room that has this blue light cast on the walls, purplish hue mixed in there also. What are you going to click on? The white crown molding, or are you going to click on this blue, purplish hue, the room as well? You're going to click on that video, and that's what people were doing. So it got to the point where people were searching for crown molding, and they would click on my video. Well, that tells YouTube, hey, that's a +1 in the counter that somebody watched this video. And then the next person does it. That's a +2, and it keeps increasing. And that's a signal, and they're called signals. That's what Google and YouTube calls them. It's a signal to YouTube that, hey, this video might be important. So then they boost that video, and it becomes a suggested video. So when you watch YouTube, who doesn't watch YouTube? Right, so everybody here watches YouTube. When you bring up the YouTube list, you search on something, you'll notice on the right side, or sometimes on the bottom of mobile, depending upon your aspect ratio, you'll see a list of suggested videos. Well, they're already figuring out that if you like crown molding, they're probably going to show you my video. And that's what you need to do to be discovered. Just don't put a video up there and just like say hi for the title. No, you have to be very descriptive in what the title is. And everybody has this capability. Now, I learned all this from YouTube. YouTube offers classes. It's called boot camps. As soon as you sign up and become a creator, and you reach 100 subscribers, they begin issuing you classes called YouTube Bootcamp, Creator Bootcamp, Content Creator Bootcamp. And each one of these you take, and you're learning from these astute people who understand YouTube. So I'm going to read off some names, and I want you to raise your hand and see if you recognize them. How are we doing on time? So, Roberto Blake. Anybody heard of Roberto Blake? Tim Schmoyer, Nick Nimmin, Owen Video. He's also Owen himself. So these, Derral is another one. These are YouTubers who, if you're a content creator, you want to try to find out how to become a better YouTuber. You want to find out how to get your content discovered. Well, I was learning from these content creators. And I'm traveling in August to Dallas to a summit called Video Marketing. And Video Marketing World is where these content creators, 40 of them, and the list that I gave you are people who will be in attendance in addition to others. They will be there to help us understand how to become better content creators. But I'm going to take that information and I'm going to share it with you, what my experience was on my videos. I'm going to say this is what you should probably do. Start considering this, because I want to help others become discovered as well. Because in the end, it's going to help everybody else. If your video is going to be discovered on how this next-gen 3D printing, if you do this great 3D printer and you put it up on YouTube and everybody would love it, but nobody can find it, it's just going to sit there. But if you create this great thing and you make it searchable with search engine optimization, you do the right description, you do your proper social media, you tag it in Facebook, you tag it on the 3D printing groups in Facebook, you tweet it out to your friends. That's what's important, because then that'll get that video discovered. And I want you, if you are willing to put in the time to take a video, I want you to get your video out there, and I want you to be discovered. So these names that I dropped are people who have various degrees of influence. Roberto Blake has 330,000 subscribers. Derral has 550,000 subscribers. Owen has 35,000 subscribers. But the point is that he owns a company where he has these other people who he interacts with on a daily basis who are part of his team of influencers who helps other people. And they also help you financially in such a way that they help you structure your videos to capture revenue. Now, the type of revenue to consider is affiliate links. Anybody not understand what an affiliate link is? So I'll explain it. An affiliate link is a link when you click on it and a sale is made. A partial commission is given to the person who posted the affiliate link. So you can monetize, even though you may not have reached monetization on your YouTube channel because there's certain criteria there, you can reach monetization through posting links on affiliate links, and they guide you through all that. So in conclusion, if you want to share something, put in a bit of effort to create a video on YouTube. Consider other social media avenues, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and consider the benefit of each of those platforms. For Instagram, you post a photo, but now they have IGTV. So IGTV is the Instagram TV. They have aspirations to compete with YouTube. So consider checking that out. And lastly, I want to leave you with one thing. There's a book written by Gary Vaynerchuk. Have you heard of Gary Vaynerchuk? Gary Vaynerchuk is a large influencer who converted his family's vineyard wine business from $5 million to $60 million. And he did it all through being bored at school and finding out that he didn't want to do anything with school and instead just wanted to deal with making money. And through social media, he created campaigns to sell his family's business. He wrote a book, Crush It, and he wrote a second book, Crushing It. And those books, if you read both of them, you'll understand how he did it, and then you'll learn from other content creators, among those that I listed here, Roberto Blake and such, are highlighted in the second book, Crushing It, of how they did it. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time.